Hello, hi, this is Micah. I want to let you know one thing. I recorded like a half an hour's worth of video, and I saw the counter at the bottom that says it was at like 27 minutes, and it only recorded 6 seconds of that video. I mean, I was on here with what the Lord was sharing with me, 6 seconds. But actually, I want to kind of get into this. This is going to be a revised version of the communion. It's going to be called Communion Revised. I'm not going to take the other one off YouTube. I'm going to keep those videos just so as you can kind of see. That was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I have restless syndrome sometimes because of the accident. I had a major car accident that kind of caused my back to kind of tweak out and react bad. And so I haven't been able to sleep until like 4 or 5 in the morning. And it's been terrible on me, but I'll survive. I'm going to start taking some ibuprofen or something. It's really, it's all nerve stuff. All right. Here I go, the third time, I think, because each time it was deleted. Somehow, some random fact. It's okay. Each time that I get up here, I get more comfortable, and I actually enjoy doing this, so I don't mind doing this for another half an hour if it takes the Lord to get it to 1,000 people, you know. So this is the story. Gosh, where to start? Communion. This is based on communion. When you go up and take communion, you got to remember these things. So, when Jesus was born, well, he was prophesied about for years, thousands of years. There was prophecies about him coming through the prophets Isaiah and Emmanuel, which means God with us. So, the vision was. It's huge. It's still big. It's still a big thing. It's still a big deal for people out there. And so here he is. You got Joseph and Mary who get these incredible visions from God, angels and dreams. So they have this huge vision for this boy, and they fulfill it, even though they're treated despicably because Mary's had sex out of wedlock. Okay, people know. You don't think that excuse has been used over and over again? Oh yeah, it's a virgin birth. If you don't want to get stoned because you were pregnant before marriage, you use that excuse. Oh, it must be a virgin birth. I had a dream. You know how many girls probably use that got caught in adultery? So another girl does it. Another girl says it. No one else has proof, but these two. It's a personal witness. And so there's that. So there's the vision for Joseph and Mary. They have a huge vision. They fulfill the Lord's will for years. I mean, angels and the magi come, and then the shepherds come, and money is their life's provided for with all the money they get from the magi's, and all these things. So we're going to get into it more. So we're going to skip from all the way from there to 12-year-old boy, the 12-year-old boy he became. It's a man. When you become a 12-year-old boy, you become a man in the Jewish culture. You just become a young man, and you become considered a man. I guess you would be an adult or something. And yeah, you do. And so 12-year-old boy, we're going to talk about when they went down to their Passover in Jerusalem when he was 12. And so when you travel to like Portland from wherever you are, it's only a couple hours. If you're in Eugene, it's like 5-6 hours from here. If I wanted to go from where I'm at now to go to the coast is going to take me about 3 hours to get to the coast. This is the way things work. But back then, you had to walk, take a cart and buggy, or whatever they had, a horse and cart. It would take you days. It would take a week to get to the coast. It would take me a month to get to Portland from here, on foot. It's ridiculous. And so you have a whole herd of Jesus' relatives that go with Joseph and Mary. We're talking hundreds. There's a main road probably that goes to Jerusalem that is full of people going into the city for Passover. Just non-stop people. It's like a football game or a baseball game. It's just non-stop trail of people. So you have a big group of hundreds or thousands of Jesus' relatives, and they're all in each other's business. You got the little boys playing with the little boys. You got the little girls playing with the little girls. You have the little boys teasing the girls. You have Joseph hanging out with the men and talking about manly things. You got Mary hanging out with the women talking about the wonderful things God has done. And you have all these things, these dynamics. And so you could lose track of somebody for hours. For hours, for a day, you could not see somebody. Just like me, I don't see my cousins, my uncles that much. They live somewhere else. But this small area, but it's still, you could be miles ahead of somebody with somebody else. And your kid's way back there. Just the way they walked, the way they traveled. And so it takes a while to get there. I think it took 3 days to get to the city, to get up to Jerusalem for where they were. And so they get to the city, and they do their Passover, and they're heading home. It's all done and said. And they head home, okay? And they're doing the same thing they did when they were going there, and in each other's business, and hanging out with their cousins and getting to know uncles and grandpas and grandmas, and so Joseph and Mary, day in maybe to the trip, they go, where's Jesus? Kind of want to touch bases. They're kind of on their mind, like, wonder where Jesus is, and they kind of like that for a couple hours, and then, where's Jesus? So they start asking around, have you seen Jesus? And no, I haven't seen Jesus. Uncle Bob, have you seen Jesus? No, I haven't seen Jesus. Have you seen Jesus? No, I haven't seen Jesus. I haven't seen your son. And so the crowd's going back, and they start going against the flow, back to Jerusalem, asking, have you seen Jesus? No, I haven't seen Jesus. Okay. Have you seen Jesus? No, I haven't seen Jesus. They just walk back. All day they can't find Jesus. They get to the city and they know he's there. Maybe his tendencies, maybe who he was. And they hear this uproar of this boy in the temple where the Pharisees are listening. The Sadducees and Pharisees are subject to this boy's wisdom. And they know it's Jesus. And they go to the temple, and they're walking, and they through the crowd, 3 days this boy has been preaching the gospel through the scriptures, through revelations, through the Old Testament up to this point, and he's wowing these religious leaders of the time. Meaning they're subject to a 12-year-old boy's wisdom because the Holy Spirit's flowing through this young man, literally flowing through him. So all these things are being revealed through the Spirit, and these people have never experienced the Holy Spirit ever. Holy Spirit wasn't released to all men until the day of Pentecost. And so this one man has this powerful, the Holy Spirit is so powerful. Has the Holy Spirit in him. And these Pharisees are so subject to him. And they're subject. And these same Pharisees are going to crucify this young boy when he becomes a man down the road. The same Pharisees crucify. It's unbelievable. This young man is God. They don't even know it. And can you imagine? Now we're going to get back to the dynamics. Joseph and Mary are so upset. They're tired. They're in pain. They're going further than they wanted to go. They're backtracking is always irritating when they get. You see a kid that runs off, and you see a mother get over, and they grab their son and they drag their son back. Well, that's what they do. They go. She goes, Joseph, get your son. Jesus, they kind of do it discreetly because the people and this kid's amazing. Ooh, allowing the crowd. So the crowd, they pull him out. Mary's in there saying, she's saying, Jesus, what were you thinking? We were so worried about you. Jesus says, but Joseph says, don't talk back to your mother like that. Get over here. We can stone you for being disobedient. Get over here. Come now. But get. And finally he gets to say, but didn't you know? But little 12-year-old boy says this. Didn't you know I'll be about my Father's business? Didn't you know I'll be about my Father's business? Yeah, they say, get over here. Come, we're going home. These human beings, these sinners, not covered by grace yet, covered by the blood of sacrifices, still don't have a vision anymore. They lost it. They had it 12 years ago. They had it quite a long time ago. So their vision's faded. That the miraculous signs and wonders, they dissipate over time.